Hey, Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where it's all Juve all the time, and we're ready. It's another match day, and it's a huge one today, okay? Juventus and Milan will square off, and this one's got some nice implications towards the table, all right? This puts us in fourth place, fellas. Got to get the win today. Got to get the win today. Omar and Mr. Lucci joining me today as we are going to get everybody ready for this one. And everybody's already pretty lively here in the chat. Look at this. Alex P's in here from the get-go. We've got Dan Kata jumping in here. Vlahovic, we're going to talk about Vlahovic, but he's left out of the squad today. So everybody's got the question mark. Why is he not in the squad today, right? Heard some rumblings about COVID and whatnot, and I think that's probably going to be the bet. I'm sticking to my guns on the Vlahovic news, but we're going to get into that with everybody here. Animesh pumped up today. Let's make that top four spot. Yes. And Mohammed Solomon, here's the day where Bentancur scores a hat trick. This guy keeps calling for these Bentancur hat tricks. Hey, I'll settle for one. I'm easy going. Hey, Lucci, we'll settle for one from Benta.
I'll take whatever.
And his name's in the mix here for the news today, and we're going to get into that one too. Death Clutch. Always a pleasure seeing Death Clutch in here. And John Stewart. Let's go. Alex P saying officially it's COVID for Dusan Vlahovic, but who knows? So, everybody. And I think Mr. Cappuccino is going to jump in here at some point. We will decide and maybe let our live guest decide whether or not we want to let him in. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll let him wait for a bit for being late, right? Now, Vlahovic, things really picked up there and escalated quickly with Vlahovic in terms of the rumors. But in the end here, I think it all remains the same. You had a lot of the bigger guys and a few of them. And even when we had Mirko on the show, we questioned Mirko Di Natale and said, hey, look, you were one of the few that says there's an agreement in place with Vlahovic and that his priority is Juventus. Do you still stand behind that? And his answer was, yes. And I'm not the only one. There is an agreement there. And now all this news that you're hearing and Juve trying to put an assault in there and get him in here. The big rumor was Kulusevski was going to be the piece. Kulusevski plus 35 million euros. That comes up to the 70 that they want. And that would be the deal. And everybody gets in a huff or whatnot. I stand behind what I think. If Vlahovic is going to come, it's not going to be here in this next, 8 days or whatever of the Mercado. It's going to be in the summer. There's too much money that we have to generate. And honestly, now you hear from Fiorentina that they don't want players. They want money, and that makes sense. But they might have to break because of how the times are and what they're going to do, especially if it's starting to seem more and more like Vlahovic, his intention is solely Juventus, and we have to bank on that as Juventini. Guys, hit me with what you're feeling on this Vlahovic thing here. Kind of caught a little bit of a storm there this week, and how are we feeling? Yeah. Omar, what's going on?
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm all aboard the hype train. They got me. They got me yesterday, all the reports and everything. And, I saw someone said he went to his country, to do a piece on him, some reporter. And everyone he asked, like his trainers from the past and everything, they all said his dream is Juve. And so he kind of, handcuffs Fiorentina to this deal. And I don't know, I'm sort of expecting it to happen right now. From all the reports, everything is around that. All the other stuff doesn't interest me. And Mirko Vincolino coming in with, if you managed to sell Bentancur, then the money would be used for Vlahovic. So I hope it happens. I don't remember being this excited since the leaked maybe about a player coming in.
Yeah, we're going to get on the Bentancur news too. And, all the rumors are there about the cuts. Originally thinking, it was still 50%. It has dropped down. It's roughly 35 to 40%. Okay. So that takes a big cut of it. And then we have to figure out what he actually stands as because his contract goes to 2024. We're going to see peanuts out of a Bentancur move. So I don't see that move freeing up any money. If we sell him for 20 million, there goes 40% plus the amortization off the deal that he has currently with Juventus. You got less than 5 million euros, people. That ain't bringing in Vlahovic. But I don't want to be Buzz Killington. And if you're on the hype train, let's roll with it, okay? Because I want to see him there. And hey, I still stand behind it. If Vlahovic comes to Juve, we're going to give away a brand new Vlahovic kit, okay? We'll be the first. Lucci, weigh in on this thing.
I want to get on the hype train. I just don't see it happening within the next week or so. It's too much money going one way that we clearly don't have. So
yeah,
sure, Bentancur can go, but again, like you said, it's not going to bring us much money, and it's not going to be enough for Vlahovic. And Fiorentina's going to start crying again, and then it's going to be a whole Chiesa situation all over again.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Cappuccino finally. Takes him a while to get that hairstyle.
I had to get my hair done, guys. I apologize.
Let's go.
A million apologies.
We're weighing in our thoughts on Vlahovic. And, are you on the hype train? Are you off it? Where do you stand? And what are your thoughts? Everybody's talking now about these Bentancur rumors, and Lucci and I are kind of talking about how there's really not much money in the Bentancur deal to really swing this thing. I'm still remaining strong. I believe 100% that the player's will is Juve, and that there was that agreement of 6 million euro plus bonus on salary. That increases also in the other years of the contract, 5-year contract they offered. But again, I see a problem for Juve generating the money that's going to take. Where do you stand, Joe?
Well, if there's a Vlahovic hype train, I'm the conductor. Choo choo. I'm on that shit. All right. Excuse my language. Yeah. Okay. I don't think that there's any doubt that he's coming. It's just like undeniable at this point that I think he is coming. Okay. It's just what kind of deal we got to make with Fiorentina. Could it be a little bit later than we anticipate? Maybe. If I forget the actual length that's left on his contract, whether or not he's free, could leave on a free next year or something like that, or if it's this summer. I don't think it's this summer. Either way, we do need to negotiate with Fiorentina. I think it'll be a little bit tough, but he's going to end up at Juve. I think that's his destiny, and you can't mess with destiny.
Destiny? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's a positive thing, Al. It really is, because, he had like 3 offers from England for a lot of money and double what we offer him, and he still wants Juve. We still have some leverage in a market that is mainly controlled by money. We as Juve still have our legacy that Paris and City, and they just don't have it. And players who are now 21 to 25 still grew up on Juve, and success is still their dream. So same way as Kylian Mbappe wants to play for Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
It's still this generation, and we can bank on that, because I'm hyped that he only wants Juve.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love all that. Don't get me wrong. It's just we're going to have to move more than what's being rumored. That's all I'm saying.
Al raining on the parade.
When people jump in on the Bentancur sale thing and think this is going to be the key, or Kulishevsky or whatnot,
Joe is our money guy. Joe knows.
Crunch the numbers, Joe.
So, yeah, I think I might have said it on a previous episode. It's not like the club has money tied up in things. It's not like we don't have any money. It's the 2 guys in charge. So Arriva Bene and Cherubini, their job is to put the club first. So they're going to try and get the best deal for the club no matter what. And I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. Could they go on a spending spree? There's money there. They can do it. It just wouldn't be very smart. So they're trying to be smarter about it than Fabio Paratici was. So I'll say that much.
Yeah, the bar wasn't really set too high there on that one. Okay. Yeah, they're just, again, I still say this team is ramping up for the summer. Okay.
Mhm.
All these other links, all these other moves, you're hearing about it. Martial, they were into, not going to happen, just because Man U wants fees, and Juve is not tying in any money to anybody. Okay. Azmoun had a shot. There was absolutely no offer from Juve for Azmoun because of Zenit getting greedy. And now Zenit lost him for free. He's going to leave next season, and they're not going to get anything out of it. So all these teams are trying to maximize what they're getting, but it's just going to amount to nothing. Juve's got to make some moves. We'll see what happens. But yeah, everything's ramping up for the summer. It would be unreal if he came in now. Highly, highly doubt. And I tell you right now, I would change my expectations down the second half of the season if he joined.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, yeah, things would look a hell of a lot different. And just for the record, I said Juve would finish third, potentially second. But if he came in all of a sudden, man, you could make a serious run, I think, and make things extremely interesting, because he would be that killer up top there. But again, we'll carry on. We'll see. And I like how Joe said that it's kind of just destiny. It's it seems to be one of these things, and everybody kind of wonders why destiny and all this, and Juve, Fiorentina, they hate us. Well, that's kind of a reason why they hate us. For those who don't know, is we just naturally take all the players that they have. And it goes down the line. It goes from like Baggio way back in the day. That was a big one, Chiesa more recently, but you had a lot of guys. Okay. And Bernardeschi, even regardless of what some fans feel about Bernardeschi now, he was a big player for them. He was hyped up and whatnot, and Juve swooped in and took him. And now it's funny because, everybody is kind of seeing it. And I think I'm with Joe. It's going to happen. Omar, you've been pushing it. You're pumped. I get it. I like it. I like where you guys are at. Lucci's a little more with me, hey?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. It's gonna be tight. I think the money they want is like, obviously we can afford it in certain situations, in certain formulas, but we also have a lot of other areas that need some work too.
Well, that's just it. We need a lot of work, but he's going to help, and it is just a matter of time. You can't just crush history so simply, right? It's going to happen. We're ready. We're ready here. There's your list, and it goes on.
Yeah.
People want to throw Quadrado in there, but Quadrado did not come in directly. Quadrado was Chelsea. You want to throw Chiellini in there. Chiellini was 50% ownership. Back in the day of co-owners. Remember co-ownership? 50%.
Yeah, that made it complicated.
So it wasn't, talk about complication. So it wasn't the same, but it's just a matter of time, Juventini. Okay.
I added Felipe Melo to that list.
Oh, ew.
Although it was awful for us, when he signed for Juve, they just signed him on a new contract after he won the midfielder of the season, and Juve snatched him like 10 days after he signed the new contract with Fiorentina.
They are our feeder club. And there it is. But Melo, let's not bring up Melo. Please. Caceres could come in there.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could actually. Yeah.
But yeah, Melo. Oh man. But I mean, Omar's right. So there you have it. Bentancur news now picking up and everybody, and Lucci brings up a good point. We have many spaces to fill. The Bentancur thing kind of baffles me in terms of, again, where we stand financially, in terms of what you would get out of that deal. If you're at 35%, that's going back to Boca. You look at Bentancur's contract, which runs out in 2024. You're going to sell him for 20 million. You're going to come out with 5 million would be max on a really, really good deal. There's not much there. Move Rabiot before, in my personal opinion. that's the guy I'd be looking at moving, not Bentancur, because we're handcuffed on what you actually get and based on play. I was surprised at this poll at where it stands. So right now, before I even get into the poll question, let's ask everybody here, everybody live, you guys, who do you move first? Say, there's deals out there because Rabiot does have some interest from some clubs. Whether or not he's interested or not is a different story, but there is interest there. Who do you move first out of those two players? Let's start with Lucci.
It's got to be Rabiot.
Omar.
Rabiot.
Joe.
The Frenchman.
The poll was at 56% for Rabiot.
Wow, it's close.
That is way too close for me.
Closer than I thought.
Yeah.
That's wild to me to think that we would want to go that route. And with Rabiot going, you stand to actually make it helps your capital out big time, right? But in terms of the move too, financially, like that, just even if you just look at the play, but this is what a lot of people are saying is that if you go by the play, Bentancur is our worst. I don't know if I agree with that.
Debatable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go. We're all about the debates. Omar, is Bentancur our worst?
No. Rabiot is consistent. Is consistently worse than everyone else on the field. And Bentancur, 1 out of 10 games, maybe he delivers, like a proper midfield showing, which is fine. It's just never when you need it. It won't be against Chelsea or anything. It'll be Salernitana. But nothing's going on with Rabiot right now. Of course, he's the obvious choice. He came in for free. We're not tied to anything. But we need to get rid of Ramsey, Rabiot, Bentancur, and maybe even Arthur. Not right now, but it looks like he will be leaving sooner or later. But whichever comes first, just get rid of him. Ramsey apparently doesn't go anywhere. It looks like only Bentancur has a really solid offer for him at the moment.
Yeah.
And if it's someone we're going to need to get rid of in the summer and we have offers now, then might as well do it now and deal with the rest later.
Yeah. I'm with that. I just can't fathom saying Brent is our worst and that he would have to move ahead of a guy like Rabiot. Just not seeing it. And it's funny where that poll sits when you look at everybody here. It's just it's totally everybody's on the same page. Rabiot and Lewis coming in here with 44% of people are terrorists. In that poll question. That's awesome. Do you guys, Joe, Lucci, anything to throw in on this Bentancur is our worst that's coming out of that?
I will say that Rabiot has the higher ceiling when it comes to actual talent. Bentancur is very limited in what he can do. Like he's a very good I don't know he's good at winning the ball back, short passes. You can't ask him to do much more than that. Like if you want to get him involved in the attacks, he's not very good. Then again, neither is Rabiot, but he'll put in, one incredible match and then disappear for 10. So they're both frustrating to watch in my opinion. So it's tough.
Yeah. So chat coming in here with Rabiot's consistently bad. Bentancur is a weird one as he's got worse. Was better when he first joined. Well, the weird thing with Benta though is like, it's easier, I believe, for us to find him a role than Rabiot.
Yep.
So, like in that match, in the last couple matches that he's featured, when he is used in a more defensive role and pressing the other team's players in that mid, he's fine. That's all we need. He gets the ball, move it quickly, and we're done. We're on to the next. Like when he's playing that role, it's perfect. The second you start asking him to get involved further ahead and contribute offensively and make key passes, it falls apart completely. The strange thing with Bentancur is with Sarri, he was able to play in not only that Mezzala, more defensive-minded Mezzala, but even as a regista and get away with it. He had a strong season under Sarri. Outside of that, it's been hit and miss. But Allegri now, just having him as a Mezzala, focused defensively, that's his home. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Rabiot fades in and out of matches too often. And for a guy that's making that amount of money, salary-wise, that's a problem. I don't see Bente as a problem. I see Rabiot as a problem. So that's just on that front. Now, regardless of all this transfer news, Allegri remains to say the team stays the same in his press conference. The team remains the same. Nothing will change. This is what we all kind of expected, right? Nobody really expected anything. I think maybe one player coming in we expected, but it's kind of weird once you start seeing and you get all these fans getting frustrated. Why have we brought nobody in? Why is nobody coming in? But every team's in the same boat. Every team is trying to do something. You heard about Martial. Martial would have come to Juve. He agreed to it. The team wants him. But Man U is trying to squeeze out as much as they can in even a loan deal, and Juve's just not committing to it. They're not committing to anything financially at this point. That tells me the summer is probably going to be when it splashes. But maybe this whole Vlahovic thing makes sense as to why all our contract extensions are pushed. What do you guys think about that? Maybe I can fuel your guys' little hype train. Maybe I could add a little fuel to that fire. And what do you think about that? Maybe that's why.
I mean, I think that makes a little bit more sense. They're trying to get a little bit more capital for that investment down the line. Either way, I think that just the deal itself doesn't strike me as a January deal. That's a summer deal. If we get Vlahovic, that's definitely it. But yeah, I think that does make sense. They're trying to look for more money in order to fuel that. So that's an interesting take out. I like that.
Well, it's interesting when you think about it and how they're pushing it off and all those extensions. And again, we know that they're all being approached with lower salaries, slight drops, other than Dybala and whatnot. But Arriva Bene's goal is to hit 15% reduction. So that's why probably part of that reason. And maybe even Max said, you know what, stop this nonsense. Let's focus on the matches based on standings. There's a lot to digest and think about there, but maybe, just maybe, we can all be wrong. I'm telling you. I would love to see this move made, but
it'd probably be the best January purchase.
Do you guys think anything changes based on standings? I think Vlahovic is locked in, to be honest. I think it's up to us to generate the money.
Yeah.
You have too many big guys dating back to October that put him on this agreement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's weird to me? First of all, if by some divine miracle Vlahovic comes now in January, there's still the Morata issue with Barcelona. Mm-hmm. Still might happen if Vlahovic arrives, which is another 6 million of the budget. And I don't expect anything from Max, to say anything about the transfer market. What's weird to me is the responses from the guys at Fiorentina when they're asked about it. Because it's like they're trying not to give away, but their poker face is so bad with their answers. Like, what do you think of it?
You're right, because the last I read was them talking about Fiorentina's sporting director talking about the Vlahovic situation, saying yes, we've received offers from all these other teams, but it takes more than just two people talking, and just stating that Vlahovic and his agent have remained silent. Like they're not talking about anything. And he flat out, I believe in another interview, specifically said he solely wants Juve. I think just recently the Fiorentina director actually said that. So it's like, man, it can't really, you've got it right there. Words out of his own mouth. So it's up to us to swing it. Yeah, whether or not we do, anything can happen, anything could change, but it's great to have the player's will. I think if his will is like that, I think he comes regardless of where we fall in the standings. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if his will is Juve,
Oh yeah,
standings aren't going to change it in terms of that. Now, do you guys share that same frustration when you? I know Joe's made some comments in the group chat or whatnot about the transfer mercado here in the winter and just saying, "Oh, we can't bring anybody in. Like, what are we doing?" I'm not actually that frustrated. I think this team, even with who we have, can still make some noise down the stretch, and I think we are going to make some noise. It's going to start today, everybody. Come on, big match today. We're going to get the 3 points. Let's go. But are you frustrated? Are any of you frustrated in this winter mercado?
It's kind of expected for me.
Yeah.
I was hoping Ramsey would already be gone and that issue would have been dealt with, but other than that, I didn't really think much was going to transpire in this January.
Yeah, we all expected departures before we buy anyone. Neither has happened.
Yeah. And that's the thing. This is the one thing I have to keep reiterating to everybody is that, remember Moji? Sell first. Sell first. Joe talked about Paratici and what he was doing. Sell first. Don't get into modes where you are scrambling after the fact and then you get bidden like Paratici did. You have to sell first. And until that happens, don't see a bunch happen. Don't see a bunch happening. But it is fun. It is fun to dream and think of these possibilities. And once these guys start talking, everybody's waiting for the big guns, and they're still being pretty hush hush on Vlahovic. So it's going to be interesting. But dreaming is free. I can't help myself but to remind everybody when they come in here with keep dreaming. Hey, dreaming's free. I'll take that all day.
That's why they invented FIFA.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Milan, Juve. First off, a fantastic historical article on our website, alljuvecast.com, from Jonathan Grade. Just fantastic, reliving 6 classic matchups through the 90s between the two clubs. And it's just awesome. So if you guys haven't checked out, you want to get pumped up because we still have, about 5.5 hours to game time. Get over to the website and check that out. Real quick reminder to everybody here, we got 30 of you on live. Hit that like button, okay? And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Guys, ready for a little trivia? I know Omar's ready. Come on. Jesus.
Omar's going to save us.
He didn't even sleep last night because he was jacked up for this. Let's
He
go.
was studying.
Right in my sleep.
Now, Anish, Ciao. How am I doing? My football team got knocked out of the playoffs last night, so that was rough. But Juve is going to make up for it today, okay? Let's go.
Enrico Iglesias is a Juve fan.
Oh. Name me 10 players that represented both teams. We're going to go around the horn with one of you guys each naming a player, and we're going to start this one with Mr. Cappuccino since he was late.
Leonardo Bonucci.
All right. Lucci.
Pirlo.
Omar.
Higuain.
Joe.
Oh, now I got to really rack the brain.
We have one on our team right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Champions League top scorer there.
Oh, Matteo Di Scicchio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Baggio.
Inzaghi. You're at 7, boys.
Oh, I can throw out another 3.
I got another one.
There's another one playing for Milan right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another one. Pitch.
I didn't have coffee yet this morning, so
there's another one in the middle of the pitch for us.
I got 2. Come on, Joe.
Yeah. No, Nocerino.
He scored against us in a 1-0
No,
win.
Nocerino, that's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, Nocerino, that's 8.
Ibrahimovic, yeah.
Ibrahimovic.
Seems like a lifetime ago. Oh my god.
You're at 9.
Fabio Capello.
Sorry, who? Matri?
Yeah.
Matri is right.
That's 10. You guys can keep it going. There's still a bunch.
Zambrota, I'm seeing in the comments. That's a good one.
Zambrota?
Oh,
yeah.
Is
Fabio
anybody
Capello.
going to mention? Oh, Georg did. Locatelli?
Locatelli. Duh.
Yeah.
Locatelli.
Yeah, Vieri. There are tons of players.
Well done. Well done. Guys,
We got
go
10.
on.
We
Joe,
got
this
10.
is really key why
What
you have
about
to get
Storari?
here on time.
Never mind.
You're right. You're right.
Now, who was the last player to transfer between these two teams?
Between them, Higuain, I believe.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
It's a trick question because there's two, and it was the same time.
Caldara and Higuain.
No, wouldn't Caldara be the same as Bonucci? Same time as Bonucci?
I think-
Bonucci and Pipita. You guys got
Yep.
her.
Okay,
You got
so
her.
both of them.
Start getting tracked off to the Caldara train, but you guys are right. It's Bonucci and Higuain that were at the same time, August 2nd. The Caldara one throws me off, though, because that could have been around the same
Caldara.
too.
I think the three of them moved together at the same
was
time.
close.
Like Bonucci.
Bonus
Bonucci came
points
to
for you
Juve.
guys. Well done. Now, how many goals does the goal scoring leader in this fixture have?
Oof.
You're not going to probably name the player, but bonus points if somebody picks out the player. But how many goals does the leader in this fixture have? They
I'm
played
guessing-
220 official times, too, by the way.
I'm guessing 17.
The first time going back in, I think, 1901, if I remember from Jonathan's article correctly, 1901.
Mm.
I'm guessing 17.
17 from Omar.
I'm gonna
Lucci,
go 13.
13. Lucky number 13 for Lucci.
20.
Jesus.
You gotta go. You gotta go. above.
Lucci
Someone's
takes
gotta
this
be
one.
above.
14.
It's probably 11. Oh, 14.
14.
Right.
Nice.
Oh, you would have won on Price is Right rules because we would have had gone up. Now, can anybody take a stab at who this player was? He represented both teams and way, way before our times.
Oh, then no.
Oh, can throw in John Charles,
No,
Sivori.
no,
Giuseppe Meazza.
no.
No, Miazza.
Silvio Piola.
No.
I'm running out. I'm running out of old timers here.
Yeah,
It's a nasty Altafini.
Oh, okay.
Altafini, and he represent both. Yeah, like I said,
Dang.
this would have been the moment if one of you nailed it, you would just have to shut your screen down and walk away and leave and never come back because it would have been so epic.
Yeah.
Um,
no way I would have guessed it.
220 matches. How many wins for Juventus? Joe.
55.
55 wins for Juventus out of 220 matches. Lucci.
70.
70 for Lucci. Omar. Death clutch 110.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm closer to the 104. 104.
Lucci, what was your guess?
70.
And Joe's 55. We got 110, 108, 71, 104, 95, 96.
97.
Correct answer is 87 wins for Juventus
Oh.
in 220 matches. So I believe Mr. Lucci again is closest. Ooh, he's taking the lead here too. 2018-19 Supercoppa, Juventus won 1-0 against Milan. Who scored that winning goal?
18-19, Ronaldo, Pjanic assist.
All right, that's that question. 2017-18 Coppa Italia final. What was the score and who scored the goals?
What year?
2017-18 Coppa Italia final.
Okay, I think it was a Benatia brace. 4-0.
Benatia
The
brace
win.
and
Benatia brace
Alibaba.
and Douglas Costa.
Wow.
That's 3 goals.
No, Benatia brace, Douglas Costa, and who was the third guy who scored?
Wasn't it Paulo Dybala?
No, it was from a straight corner. It was an own goal.
Ooh.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
That's
Was
right.
it?
That's right. That's right.
I believe it was an own goal straight from a corner. Someone headed it above Donnarumma. But
Who was it?
maybe Romagnoli.
Mm.
So
I'm just guessing.
they're on fire.
Yeah,
with
that
these
last
ones.
one.
It was an own goal. It was
Damn,
not Romagnoli.
Okay, who was there?
I'll give
Was
you
it?
three more. Three more guesses at the player who got the own goal for Milan. 2017-18 Coppa Italia final.
Who the hell?
Who was it?
Christian Zapata, maybe?
No. Two more attempts.
Was it Donnarumma?
No.
It-
Joey
No,
Capitano
someone-
just blew one for you guys. You're down to one.
No,
No,
Someone
because I
headed it
remember him
above
looking
Donnarumma.
absolutely dejected, so I thought it was him.
someone headed it above him.
Yeah.
That
I'll give you a hint.
Is it
Think-
an ex-Juve
I'll
player?
give you a hint. Think forwards. 2017-18
Oh,
Milan.
Milan had like 20 forwards in the last 5 years.
Oh,
who could it have been?
He was linked. Was he linked with Juve at one point?
if he
Maybe
was,
not.
I think I know who it is. I'm just trying to remember his name.
We got a lot of guesses here for Bonucci and
Was he-
Donnarumma.
Right.
Not it. Pato,
Was he-
not Pato.
Can I? Was
tell
he?
you that,
Can I
not
phone a
Pato.
friend? Was he Croatian?
No, I can throw out strikers who played for them.
I don't think he's Croatian, actually. I don't think so.
Okay.
Would it help? Okay, let me look him up and I'll tell you what he is. He's not Croatian, though.
But he ain't Italian.
I'm feeling kind of generous. I don't know why, but I'll do it for you guys. My team lost last night. I'm pissed, but that's okay. Let me just look this up for all of you.
Damn, what's this guy's name?
Give me a hint, Joe.
Yeah, give me the
Oh,
country.
you know what, Joe? Hell, you're right. He is Croatian.
Okay, Joe.
What's his name?
Come on.
Well, I can't give you
Played.
that. but
He
yeah,
played
you're
for
right.
Roma. He played for Milan. He was a
Kalinic.
plus. Kalinic. Thank you.
Nailed it. On the last one, Lucci steps up and dropped
I had it.
There you go.
I had it right
I got
there.
you, Joe.
Oh,
I got you.
Guys, very, very well done. Very, very well done. Okay.
That was stressful.
Now, let's get to the goods here, okay? Juve Milan today. How's everybody feeling about this one, okay? Let's kick it off with, Lucci's got that
I don't know, man.
grit in his teeth there. How you feeling about this one?
You know what? I'm nervous for this one. I feel like we can do something with this. It's the first time in a while I've been a little more confident in this team. So, I don't know.
Nice. Confidence is up there. I like it. Omar, how you feeling going into this one?
Let's not kid ourselves. This is a must-win match. Like the teams that surround us all lost points. Fiorentina drew today. Atalanta and Lazio drew yesterday. If we beat Milan, we knocked out 4 or 5 competitors. Just hopped above all of them, and getting closer to Inter. So it's a must-win. Milan are pretty much depleted. They still don't have a full back line.
Yeah.
And no center backs. That's about it. We just have to win it. We are the better team, I believe, at the moment with all the absentees.
Yeah, Joe, how you feeling?
I mean, I think Omar said it best. This is an absolute must-win game. So, I mean, there's no two ways about it. We got to capitalize on this opportunity, and we just got to go for it. I think the wind is in our sails at this point. I think Milan is, like Omar said, depleted. So we got to take advantage of that. We got to go for it.
Yeah, that back line is definitely rough.
There's your list of absentees for them. That's big.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Benasser-
has to capitalize.
I wonder if
No, Benasser
Benasser
is
makes the
back.
bench.
Benasser is back. He
Well, that's
played in the last
thing. You
game.
got a couple probables in there.
Mhm.
Wouldn't be surprised if one and or both make it to bench or whatnot. But yeah, there you have it. What do we have here? Tonali, Johnster Tonali needs to be kicked immediately. I agree with you guys. It's looking good in terms of that and then being depleted. let's go to the other side and let's look at ourselves. The probable starting 11, as reported yesterday, was Szczesny in goal, De Sciglio, De Ligt, Chiellini, Sandro, Quadrado, Locatelli, Rabiot, McKennie, Morata, Dybala. Thoughts on that projected lineup? And I know that there's been other ones since. We're not really going to know till it gets closer. But what do you guys think about that one? I'll tell you right now.
Not my favorite.
I'll tell you right now. Why are we playing games? Get Locatelli and Arthur together. Get your third midfielder in there. Play this thing 4-3-3.
Yeah.
It also makes sense based on how Milan play. Go a 4-3-3. Sandro, what are we doing? With Danilo back in the fold, he shouldn't be starting games, period, in my opinion. With Danilo back, there's absolutely no reason to start Sandro. Sandro should be reduced to closing games out and not tight games at that. I'm kind of at that point right now. Pellegrini, get Pellegrini in there. He's got the legs and the juice we would need against a Milan side too, which is good. And we talked about how depleted they are at the back. I want guys that are going to put them under, that are going to pressure them, that are going to test them, not a guy that can barely run and move.
Yeah,
that's my instant issue with it. If Danilo's back, why are we starting him? Don't start him. Alex P said no game time at all for Sandro. Pretty much. I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Danilo, Pellegrini ahead of him. That's my issue. But Locatelli and Arthur, why are we denying something that we've seen that cooks? They have like instant chemistry, instant rhythm, like it helps. Just go with it. So I'm not going to get too fired up on it because this could potentially change. But outside of that, lineup-wise, I mean, you got to go Dybala. Morata's going to be up there. Is there a shout for Kulusevski? Kulusevski, for me, sits this one out, comes off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any shouts otherwise. Agreed. So really, McKennie, Locatelli, get Rabiot out of there and put Artur. You guys agree?
Yep.
I think so too. When you look at Milan's midfield and who they're going to have, you're not going to need Rabiot and Allegri's big physical presence. You're not going to need him in this one. I would much rather put them under and have the threat there from McKennie and use Artur to hold possession. If Milan still wants to get into that high press that they run, Artur is the guy that should be in there at the back, and then Locatelli can punish them on transitions. Keep Dybala further up the pitch. And Morata, you could set this thing up perfectly for a depleted Milan. Those are my thoughts. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, Sandro is no question. Pellegrini should start. Pellegrini also hasn't played in the last game. Sandro did.
Yeah.
But Milan's right-hand side is not as good as their left side. Like Teo Hernandez and Leao are the real threats, and that's where they would focus and their attack will come from. So I'm going with Danilo and Quadrado. We need a lot of energy there and a lot of speed. Definitely not Kulusevski. Arthur, no question there. Instead of Rabiot, that's an easy one. And Pellegrini should start. Quadrado for me, De Ligt, Bonucci. And the rest is just exactly what you said.
Yeah. There's been shouts for us to start using Morata on the wing as a winger. What do you guys think about that?
I asked that before, like 2 podcasts ago, and you laughed at me.
But
let's hear you out now.
But I'm kidding.
Let's hear you out now.
Who's going to be your focal point in the middle?
Exactly.
That's my concern.
Not Morata.
Not.
I don't think. I'm not sure Morata was that kind of guy to begin with. Anyway,
True.
He's not much of a target man, but I think.
But he's definitely better than Keane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. But for me, I think that even Morata needs to like come off the bench or something because like I think that he needs that for his brain. You know, like I think he just is in that like super sub mentality. Whether he gets to start, I don't know. That's just what I see on the field, at least. That's it. Like regardless of position, yeah, throw him on the wing. He had a couple of good games on the wing for us, but I feel like in his mind, he needs to get. He has like this drive that only comes out when he's a sub.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just that's my 2 cents, and I could be
See,
wrong on
the whole thing is in the matches that we saw Morata drift out there, it's really because of how the midfield was used and they were held back so much. And you had McKennie and Rabiot on the same side of the middle, which was so strange. So it was more to compensate for anything. We still have not truly effectively used anybody that's been in the 9 role properly. Like you can never figure out, are we going to use this guy as the target, as a pivot and play off him? Because usually our spacing between the rest of our team and our 9 is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. We just don't use them properly. Are we going to launch them over the top, try and send them through over the top? You do that a couple times a match and then you see nothing else for it. So the games where he started dropping and going out to the flank and whatnot, again, making up for the mid drop not so back, but it gets him more involved. So I think it just appeared to all of us that, hey, we should go this way and use him on the wing simply because he started getting the actual ball and he can actually play it and keep it because he's not surrounded by 3 players at all times because he's drifting out into that spot. So it's more for me, just if that's what we want to do, that's fine. And then you push back your mids, but it still has to make sense as a group with everybody else and what we're going to do. I'm not against Morata as a winger, but I think it's not an ideal thing. Like I wouldn't go after this and make it our be all end all. I think like at best right now, 4-3-3, in my opinion, Burn on one side, I wouldn't even shy away of a 4-3-3 with Paulo on the pitch. And I can't stress that enough. Have him on the right, use a fullback that's going to pressure to get him centrally. I want Paulo Dybala between the lines of the area and just at the top of that box. That's where I want him. I just want him like up around there, kind of hovering and looking for that because he's got the best technical ability on this team. And he can be the one to get the shots off from in there, and he can work the 1-2s. And we leave that area untouched. And lately, we've started to see Paulo get in there. How? Why? Because if Locatelli can slot forward, Paulo can stay up. And that's the big thing. So when you deny that and you're just not allowing Arthur to be in there to get Locatelli forward, that's how it affects our forwards, mainly Paulo Dybala. Because then Locatelli he's central with our center backs. He's level at the same line. Who's going to drop back? Paulo. It's always Paulo, right? So it's got to work for everybody no matter what we do. But Milan, Juve today, I'm confident. I'm very, very confident. I think Juve is going to come out. I think we're going to get the job done. We are going to rattle some damn cages. We are going to make some noise. And I hope you were all keeping the receipts this season, okay? Because it's going to get interesting, and it's going to get interesting starting today. We are going to get to some predictions around our panel here, okay? And let's start taking a look at this, okay? Let's get the tiebreaker stuff out of the way now, okay? So let's go with total shots and how many on target for Juventus. Luch, and real quick, YFG chat. Hey, everyone, new subscriber. Just started watching all Uvecast. Like the videos. Thank you very much. Welcome to the community, and I hope you enjoy everything here, and I hope you can enjoy a sweet victory today. So let's go. He's saying also, Ake should get some minutes today. Exciting talent. Yeah, but let's get the job done first. Let's get the job done first. I think I highlighted on the last podcast too. The job they're doing with these young guys and that youth project that Cherubini spearheaded is looking fantastic. Please just don't screw it up, Juve. Please don't screw it up. Okay? Miretti, Sule, Ake, De Winter, like, don't screw it up. Please don't screw it up. Okay, Anthony's ready. He's locked in for all of our predictions. Okay, let's get these going here. Everybody live. Let's pick somebody to see if they want to take on the prediction challenge with us. What about RB Comps? RB Comps. Let's get in there. Okay? So the first one in RB Comps, get yours in. Everybody get yours in there. But RB Comps is selected to challenge the panel and see if you can take it down. You might get yourself something too for winning. Maybe. Depends how we feel. Lucci, total shot attempt. How many on target for Juventus?
12 attempts, 5 on target.
There you go. Omer.
10 and 4.
10 and 4. Joe.
11 and 6.
11 and 6. Holy. Okay, so 10, 11, 12. Take 13. 13 total attempts.
So either
5 on
7 or
target.
3.
13 and 5 for me. Total offsides for Juventus. Now we're going to go around the horn again. Lucci.
3.
3 total offsides. Omer.
5.
5.
Oh, wait, a break. Salernitana draws with Napoli right now.
Still lots of time, no?
Yeah, it's first half, but 1-1.
So we got 3. We got
5.
5. I could be a jerk and just be like 4. No, I'm gonna go. I'll go 6. Why not?
Wow. That's a lot of offsides, Joe.
Oh my
I
God.
know,
I'm going
I know.
3. 3 offsides.
Okay.
No, they've got it. No, I'll go 4. That one's going to make a difference.
See, he's gonna be that guy.
4 offsides. First yellow card. What minute? What team? Bonus points if you nail the player.
Oh, Sandro and
It's a good show.
36 minutes.
Sandro in the 36th minute. Okay. Lucci.
Tonali in the 42nd minute.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Tonali in the 42nd. I like that one, actually.
That's a good one. I'm gonna go with Teo Hernandez in the 35th minute.
Okay. I had Tonali, but I'm going to change a minute because I think it's going to be sooner. And I'm going to go 30th. Tonali, 30th.
Okay.
Now, let's get to the goods, okay? Let's get to the goods. Halftime scores. Lucci.
1-0 Juve.
1-0 Juve for Lucci. Omer. You're muted.
Sorry. Halftime?
Halftime.
1-1.
What do you say? 1-0?
1-1.
1-1. Okay, 1-1 for Omer. Joe?
0-0.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see a goal.
Sounds about right.
1-0 Juve at half. Full-time score. Lucci.
2-1 Juve.
Oh, Omar.
He went with 2-1 and RB comps 2, so 3-1.
3-1.
Wow.
Joe.
1-0.
1-0. Oh, 1-0 FC for
The
Joe. I'm
Allegri
going 2-1.
score.
It's 2-1 Juve today. It's got 2-1 written all over it. 2-1 Juve. Goal scores. Just the Juve goal scores. Joe, you only have one to choose. So you've handcuffed yourself on this one, my friend. Who is the one goal scorer?
It's going to be Dybala.
Dybala for Joe. Omar.
The
You've
hot
got
man at the
3 to
moment.
pick.
Yeah, McKennie hot trick.
No way.
No, I'm kidding. McKennie 1, Dybala 1, and Dybala brace. Why not?
There you go,
No.
Lucci.
Morata Dybala.
Morata and Dybala. So I've got 2 as well. Dybala brace. Dybala brace. I don't need any other goal scorers. He's
If
going
he
to get
wants
the
to
brace.
get paid, this is the game to show that he gets paid.
He's going to be a Milan killer. He is a Milan killer. It's happening. It's happening. All right, everybody. Oh, you guys ready for this one? Big match. I'm pumped. I'm jacked. Look at Lucci rocking a beauty kit from 2012-13. Joe's got his track gear on. That's his morning ritual, I believe, getting a nice espresso going in his tracksuit like he's living at Del Boca Vista. Omar kicking it with the nice retro vintage crest. I love it. I had to kick it back to the 90s with the Danone sponsorship, okay? I'm feeling good about this one. I think Lucci kind of hit some too, is that there's something building there with the team. They're starting to kind of get it in motion here. Pieces are starting to align. Allegri's starting to this is probably the most surprising thing for me when I look at this team, is that I'm surprised it took Max this long to get into the rhythm of understanding who needs to be where and what needs to happen. I think that's the biggest shock in Max's return for me. But nonetheless, we've been frustrated, and today we have an opportunity to get into fourth spot. We're not far off of anybody really there in the grand scheme of things. Max said it as well. We made errors at the beginning of the season, and we're paying for them, and we're chasing. We had to chase because of our first opening matches.
Yeah.
But you can't deny the fact, if one of those other teams slips up, we're right there. And there has to be credit for that too, is that it's not a runaway, you know? You have fans of Napoli that were praising their team, this club, this season, all opening half of the season. We're right there. And we've been complaining the whole time. So there's levels here. Okay? This team's getting it going, and they could be doing it at the right time. Today, big opportunity. They have to jump and pounce on Milan and get this thing done. Omar was absolutely right. This is a must-win game for Juve. What do you guys want to add to this? Lucci, I'm kind of with you. I'm starting to get confident around this team. What are you guys' thoughts as we kind of just summarize and then get ready for this big game?
Luch, I think a good aggressive start is needed. You know, I don't want to see us sitting back right off the start. And I know Allegri likes to kind of ease into the game and, you know, whatever he likes to do, but fuck, you got to go right for it, right from the first kick. Just give it.
Yeah, it feels like the right mentality fell on the team finally, and they're starting to put in the performances, you know, worthy of the Juve name.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they keep it that way. We're like 8 games unbeaten on an unbeaten run right now. It will end eventually. It won't win until the end of the season, but they need to keep this up. This is a must win. And just, you know, if they can press the way they did against who was it, Udinese, and then I'm all down with that. It was a fun game to watch, and I just want to enjoy the game. And there's still a lot of time. I'm like all hyped up, but they're like, going to take a nap. Let the time move faster.
Go.
I mean, I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm nervous. I'm excited. I need a win because then Rui will buy me more pizza and beer. So that always stands. I need that win. But I don't know. I think Lucci was onto something too, that there's something with this team at this moment, just the way results have been going for us, the way we have been playing. I think that there's a mentality growing there, and I think that Allegri is helping those guys out. It's between him and Linducci. You got to give a little bit of credit to Linducci there too. He's helped us too. But yeah, we just 100% focus on this. So let's get it.
Yeah, there you go. Empty the clip. What did I say? Empty the damn clip. Last shout. We've forgotten the predictions. Man of the match. Who is everyone's man of the match? For me, I've got 2 goals coming from him. It's going to be Dybala. Joe, who's going to be your man of the match?
It's going to be Dybala.
Omar.
Locatelli.
Luch.
Oh, I was going to go Dybala. Then you both said it. Then I was going to say Locatelli. Now Omar took it. Give me Chiellini.
Oh, I like
I don't
it.
know. He's
Hey,
give me
I like
something.
it. Oh,
I don't
Anthony,
know.
he's look at this guy just busting
I know, right?
balls about possession, forgetting possession. Okay, possession split, another tiebreaker. Well, we don't need the tiebreaker because we've nailed everything else. Nailed it. I don't even need the tiebreaker. Possession, you want possession? 60-40 Juve. That's my possession. Joe.
I'm gonna go the
51-49.
other way around. It's gonna be 40-60 them, but we'll still get that 1-0.
Eh. Omar.
51-49.
I was going to say 55-45 for Milan.
There you go. I changed mine, okay? I'm changing it. 75-25 Juve.
Wow.
Kill them.
Wow.
Murder them. Let's go. Let's go.
I have
Let's get this
no
done.
stone
Okay,
the barn
60-40
today.
though, for realistically, because I got to win this thing.
Well, the problem is if
So-
Sandro's starting, we're going to lose possession a solid 10 times. So
No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We'll open up real quick. Got a couple extra minutes. If anybody's got any questions they want to fire in, we didn't really storm the barn today because everybody was so jacked up on this match, rightfully so. Everybody's talking about the Napoli game in there. There's some confusion for RB comps as to what minutes. And look, it's 43rd minute. It's 1-1. Okay. So that's where it stands. In terms of the table, okay, 22 matches played between these clubs, okay? Napoli at 46 points, Atalanta 43, Juve 41, AC Milan 48, Inter 53. Okay, so obviously Inter, this is a big one for Milan too. They'll leave themselves 5 points out of there. For us, big slide into fourth there. And right on Napoli's tail, right on Milan's tail. And with Inter, it's the same as we've said for quite some time. It's really theirs to lose this season. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. I fail to believe anything is over until mathematically it's finished. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Omar, you've got some?
Yeah, there was this thing running around Twitter that if you take out the first 4 rounds, you have second 1 point behind Inter.
Yes.
Like, yeah, do you think it's it's that critical, those early wins, to determine an entire season? Because it's like 4 matches and we're fighting for fourth instead of 1 point off the top.
yeah.
It absolutely is, because again, something that I've said too is when we get fired up about certain results to these big clubs, like the other ones that are in those top 4 spots, Napoli, Atalanta, Milan, and whatnot. Those aren't the ones that really determine a lot in the grand scheme of things, right? You absolutely, by all means, can't drop like the series to all those teams. Like you can't take 2 L's to all those clubs. But at the start of our season, those opponents, those are the games that kill you. The ones that have to be 3 points against the lower sides. Like when you're not grabbing those, more recently, like that draw to Venezia was an ugly one. That 1-1 draw to Venezia, like that had to be a win. Like those points are the ones, those are the killers throughout the season. When you're playing those teams where you really have to get those 3, those are the ones you hurt. And at the start of the year, what was it?
The Udinese one was bad.
Udinese one was a brutal one. Like those are the killers. Those are the absolute killers. But it's a hell of a point to make that outside of that, and Max touched on it in his presser, we're paying the price for those 4 matches at the start of the season. Outside of that, this team has got it done. And another thing that Anthony highlights a lot is Max has had to make do without guys, and we're always shifting. Our lineups always changing. I'm curious to start seeing a statistic, a number on how many different lineups this team's actually had, because I bet you it's up there. Guaranteed it's up there. Pirlo got absolutely destroyed over how many lineups he had last season, but he had to deal with all the same things: injuries, COVID, all this. Max is dealing with it. No Dybala, no Chiesa, all these injuries, Chiellini going out, Bonucci going out for a while. Like Rugani ended up playing way more than any of us at the start of the season would have wanted to, and he's been doing great. De Sciglio is another guy, all of a sudden playing, but doing well. Pellegrini getting minutes. Ake jumping in their minutes. Like, we've had a lot going on. But look at where we are. And again, I'm talking about levels of these teams. All these other teams so happy with what they're doing, and we're not satisfied. We're not happy at all. We're frustrated, but we're right there. There's levels. There's levels here. We're going to get it done. Today, the win's coming. The win's coming. Tomorrow, podcast, same time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, okay? And we're going to break it down. I don't know who's joining me. It's going to be great all the time. I don't care if the whole team comes out here and we have all 10 of us, 11 of us, 12 of us. I don't even know what we're up to anymore, okay? We're just getting up there. The team's doing fantastic. I can't thank everybody enough for the support, okay? You guys are fantastic. We had a new subscriber jumping in here today, getting in the comments, okay? And all we ask is that you spread the content, okay? So spread the content out. Help us continue to grow this community. We've got big things going on this year, and enjoy the match, everybody, okay? I know I will. It's going to be intense. And there may possibly be a watch along today, okay? There may possibly be a watch along, so stay tuned for that one. As always, Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Get the job done today, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Get it.
Oh, by the way, follow Tony Scotto on Twitter. Guaranteed he's going to have a hype.
Hilarious.
Video, okay? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go.